Let's talk about Session 0 in Fabula Ultima, which is a new system to me, and I'm going to be playing in a live-streamed campaign. But first, this cover art is just glorious. Just glorious. Here is the overview that they give you for running a Session 0. It explains to you why doing a Session 0 is a good thing for both the Game Master and for the players, and then it literally walks you through step by step. I'm not going to read through everything, so if you want to read this, please pause. The first two things I have to go over are commitment and expectation, and tone and themes. And I love both of those. They're absolutely super important things to talk about. I did find, as a player who was brand new to the system, that going over tone and themes before we had built the world and made our characters was a little hard for me. I kind of get it a little better now, looking at it after I've had the experience, but I was having a hard time coming up with things in the moment when we did our Session 0. So that one, I might consider moving to a different time in the creation process. And then the next two things are about rules and challenge. If you're going to run any rules that are different from the basic ones, Session 0 is a great time to talk about that so everyone's on the same page. And then the ever important safety tools. This is fabulous. Pause and read it, but I'm not going to go through the whole thing. The next part I was super excited about. We actually do world creation as a group. So it's not the Game Master coming in with a pre-done setting and ideas about the world. The entire group is making the world together. And that is, it's not unique to Fabula Ultima, but this is the first game I've played where it has been a thing. So first it kind of goes over a few things that they talk about earlier in the book, and it's a good little review and reminder that these are things that you should consider as you are making your world together. But this is the part that made my little type A heart the most happy. There's a literal flowchart. I mean, more like just a sequence of events, but I loved this. This is great. And in our Session 0, we got a little silly in these early ones. The shape of our world is a sphere balanced on the nose of a capybara floating in space. We then had a pre-done map, but we got to claim different sections of it as we got to number 4, making kingdoms and nations. We talked about magic and technology, etc., etc. As someone new to the system, I was a little bit lacking in ideas for some of these, but don't worry, they have a thing for that too. Stuck on a location name? Here's a whole list. If you're not sure what to choose when you get to the historical events, mysteries, or threats, roll a d20, or just look at the list and let it inspire you. I'm going to be wrapping this up, but the one thing I will say is that I could see how having shared group ownership in the world creation could be problematic for some GMs. If you are used to having a lot more control over that, if you are uncomfortable with the idea of trying to tie all these different contributions from your players together, I can understand that hesitation. I don't feel that way. As a GM, world building is one of the things that I am less excited about by myself. I would rather have my players participate in that process and have some ownership over it, if at all possible, and I love that Fabula Ultima sets you up for success in doing that. But like I said, I could see that being a drawback to some people. And this is still 4 minutes long. That's me going as fast as I can. In the next video, I'm going to talk a bit about group creation. I'm going to make a video on character creation and show you the character that I created. I am so excited to talk about the system more, and our next game is on January 18th. We play every other Saturday. We'll be streaming on the Purple app, you know what I mean, and the videos are also available to watch on the Red Video app once we are finished. Thanks for being here and sticking it out for a long video. Click all the things if you want to see more of me and hear more about Fabula Ultima.